Y'all after my brother child because y'all feel like, oh, he his cousin, he got to know where he at, this and that. Every time you go around, the ATF behind you. Someone went to my sister's house last night. They took her. I'm just trying to locate where she's at. I said her name is Stephanie Groves. She is the mother of Derrick Groves. I'm his aunt. I said, look, I'm trying to find my sister. Once they got her in the car, they ran her Miranda rights and was trying to make her open the phone. She's like, no, because I'm not hiding nothing from y'all. Y'all don't have him. He's not with me. I don't know.
If he's caught, right? And then there's...
They said they're going to kill him. I believe they're going to try to kill him. I'm no longer trying to be humble about it, Wayne. I did that.
Can you give your introduction and tell them who you are?
My name is Jasmine Groves. I'm the daughter of the late Kim Marie Groves, who was killed by the order of Officer Lynn Davis, assassinated by Paul Hardy. I'm also the aunt of Derrick Groves, who's one of the 10 escapees from New Orleans, Louisiana jail.
First of all, I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your experience and everything. And I want the people to know what your family is going through right now.
Yes.
Because of the
Thank
situation.
you for having me, Wayne. You know, I'm going to come where it's trustworthy, where I know my conversation is safe and where I know only facts are going to be put out.
I appreciate that.
27-year-old Derrick Groves is one of the 5 escaped inmates, and he's still at large tonight.
How did you get the news about the jailbreak?
I saw it on social media, and most definitely, you know, people were calling and things like that, but they didn't even know until maybe 8 to 10 hours later.
What was going through your mind when you got the news?
They're going to try to kill him. They're going to try to kill him because of the simple fact y'all already wrongfully charged him of this Mardi Gras murder and all the other murders. We went through one trial, and he was found guilty. We got an appeal. He was granted an appeal because his appeal lawyer had 60 pages of loopholes. Once we got back in court, went through more trials. He had a 9 unanimous. He had 3 mistrials. How do you have all these mistrials and now he's guilty again?
One of the 10 men who escaped from the Orleans Justice Center last Friday is Derrick Groves, a 27-year-old with a violent criminal history, including 2 counts of second-degree murder. Groves' face is linked to numerous violent cases.
Derrick's supposed to be so notorious. Wayne, who you here killed? What car you here stole? Who's held hostage? Why the neighbors not scared to come outside? It's sad what they're putting our family through because, like I say, Wayne, okay, we know who y'all are. We know y'all law enforcement. Do your job. I'm not against that. But if you're doing it right, it's the only thing, okay? You know the situation we went through with my mom. It's been 30 years. 4 months ago, I had to relive this again with Biden and Trump. Finally got that settled. Now this happened, okay? Yes, my nephew is one of the escapees from New Orleans Parish Prison. I'm not against that. But the harassment and the things that are sending my family through, Wayne, I'm just oblivious right now. I am really, really upset, especially with the situation they put my sister and I through today. She said they knocked on her door. Well, you know, boom, 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 boom. I have nothing to hide. My son is not here. Y'all already know this. I told y'all that. She said they didn't even have a search warrant. Okay? She willfully opened her door. When she opened her door, they went to asking her questions, this like that. She said, once she answered their questions and stuff like that, they asked her to open the phone. She's like, no, I'm not opening my phone because, you know, why are y'all here? What are you questioning me for? I answered your question. They took her out her house in Mandeville, mind you. Okay, this is New Orleans. They took her from there. When I found out about this morning, roughly 7:30, 8ish, maybe 8:30. Her boyfriend got home. He found the car, the keys, right? No Stephanie. He's searching around for no Stephanie. They didn't leave any paperwork. So at this moment, we do not know
Oh, so she was she was alone when they picked her up.
Yes. So they telling me I don't know no Stephanie and this and that. I'm like, you know Stephanie, Derrick Groves' mom, because I'm her sister, Jasmine Groves. I said, look, let me tell you something. Y'all law enforcement. You say he's an escapee. Deal with your criminal part. I said we are law-abiding citizens and we have rights. So where is my sister? He's a escapee, huh? Go find him. Isn't he a criminal? Isn't he? I said, look. I clicked out. I said, look. Now, if she have done something and y'all are retaining her, y'all have the right to tell me where is she located.
Right.
Abusing my family, holding my sister, not telling me where she at. I said, I'm telling you now, if I don't find my sister, it's gonna be bad. So her daughter called. She called. They told me. I called the state police. They told me go look on Facebook. She went look. She like my sister, my mama not on there. He laughed at her and said, "Ha, yeah, I know. You're not gonna get your mama not until she tell us what her son is, and this and that." And told my other nieces, he had the picture. My sister said when she was down there, cause
that's Derrick's mom.
Yeah.
Was she all right? They didn't do her anything, did they?
No, my sister was. Okay. No, they didn't physically do anything.
Right.
But they held her there. She said they showed the pictures of him and said, if you don't tell us who your son is, we have the authority to shoot and kill. We're going to kill him. Like, you cannot do this at all. Your job is to go be searching for him. I said, but I told y'all from the beginning, they trying to find a reason just to fit. That's why you would have think, Wayne, that no more escapees is escaped but him. Still at large.
So y'all, she with y'all right now, right? Y'all got her back.
But she's back home now. Yeah, they put her out. My sister don't really do police. We hadn't dealt with him so much. Derrick's little brother got killed, and she is terrified of police. So I knew right now my sister is distraught. They must have never gave her another drink. Her mouth was all white. She said they kept telling her, open your phone. She's like, once they got her in the car, they ran her Miranda rights and was trying to make her open the phone. She's like, no, because I'm not hiding nothing from y'all. Y'all don't have him. He's not with me. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to do that. So because she didn't want to tell him nothing, they kept her. I don't know how long they actually had her. But like I say, what made me really get into it with her when I told her, I said, then she was there by herself. Y'all didn't leave no type of paperwork. Nothing.
Right.
So we really think she is missing.
No record of anything.
Nothing. We didn't know anything until I had to go live. Wayne, they had me all out of my character. I thought I hurry up and took the live down. People now is all over. So I had to really go there, click out, and she said the head person that was there over the U.S. Marshals came in there and told her, you, get out. They didn't give her a phone. They kept her phone. They told her, get out. My sister was walking around, I don't know how long for hours. She found somebody to use the phone on Galvez in Lafitte. I was dirty. I had to call my organization. We physically up there in the Lafitte in the rain. I'm saying, Stephanie, where are you? This is how I found my sister. The sheriff department came knocking on my door, ringing my doorbell. My niece called. She's like, Titi, the sheriff is in front of your door. I'm like, the sheriff? What you mean? She like, they've been ringing the doorbell. My children are completely scared. They've been ringing the doorbell and stuff like this. But now, what is the sheriff doing now? What you at my house for? But by me being way uptown, I didn't get back downtown in time to, catch them there. So when I called up there, I'm like, my name's Jasmine Groves. I'm trying to see who do I contact, because for what reason, I don't know. But the sheriff came to my door, ringing the doorbell, looking for me, I don't know what for. I'm trying to find out. Put me on hold, like they was transferring me, never came back to the phone, anything like. So actively, I still to this point don't know what the sheriff came to my house for at all. I know my rights. I know what you can and you cannot do, and you cannot torture us from being family. Y'all after my brother child because y'all feel like, he his cousin. He got to know where he at, this and that. Every time you go around, the ATF behind you. Y'all not doing this to nobody else's family.
For those who don't know, I'm sure it's pretty much tied to your family history with New Orleans police.
Yes.
Ironically, he has a deep connection to one of the most notorious killings in New Orleans history. His grandmother was executed on order of corrupt cop Len Davis.
By me doing the interview, they tied and found out Derrick is my mom's grandchild. They put out one thing about saying Derrick Groves got older, found the cop killer of his grandmother, Len Davis, killed 3 of his loved ones, and he's armed, he's dangerous, he's a killer, he's a murder, capital murder, a Mardi Gras situation, and he murdered other people. Wayne, you know that is a complete negative, because he was not even born when my mom was killed.
Derrick Groves was not yet born when his grandmother Kim was gunned down right here in front of the family home.
My mom was killed October 13th, a day before my 13th birthday in 1994. Derrick was not born until June of 1997.
A small child like that hearing how his grandmother was killed by the police. Okay. Yeah, it had a big factor.
This the person y'all saying the killer. Y'all saying all these things. If he has been doing this, he's been acquitted twice. Because after that situation, then his dad was, taking a stand on him, saying he done this. Come to find out it was another guy who they call Wu in the East. So we went through that trial.
Wow.
All those days. Once they found that was not true, they had to release him. I mean, it's till 12 o'clock midnight. Do you hear me, Wayne? They had to release him. Okay, the Mardi Gras thing. You did this. We got him 60. Now, this is 60. Imagine 60 pages of loopholes. This is the first time he was tried and was found guilty. 60 pages of loopholes, okay? We get back up in there. First time he got found guilty. You want to know the evidence, Wayne? An Instagram post that they say was on Derrick page, and he was celebrating 2 hours later after he's killed these guys for the Mardi Gras. Ain't mentioned no name, ain't said nothing, I just shot him, I just killed him. He was actually reciting music. When has it become a crime that if you recite a music and you're supposed to be targeted for a crime, that, hey, that's evidence, you killed him? And that's what he got, 2 counts of life and 260 years on. So when you talk about this guy they're trying to slander, wouldn't you think you'll have guns, forensics, you'll have all kind of evidence on this mastermind killer, right? Especially since killing since 15. This child is not like this. Let me tell you. My mom was killed by the police in 1994. My great-grandmother and my grandfather, which was my mom, dad, and grandmother, raised us. No, we didn't have a perfect life, but at the end of the day, we was born by good people. We was raised right. You know what I'm saying? Derrick was no different than a child that was around here doing child things. He raised chickens. He ran behind chickens. He raised biddies. This child would not harm no one. You know what I'm saying? Especially to just be saying I'm harming someone when no one's doing him nothing. Derrick is not like that. He has no reason to be.
She said Derrick came across to her as a normal kid, despite his grandmother being killed by a hitman on the orders of New Orleans police officer Len Davis.
The connection between your mom and Len Davis, because definitely you don't want that to be history. You definitely we want her to be known for the greatness she was known for.
With this. Of course, because I don't want her to be remembered as the lady who Len Davis killed. Kim Groves was a mother. She raised her children. She worked. She took care of her neighborhood. So why every time her name is brought up, it's about a Len Davis, the lady he killed, and now it's a Len Davis, the lady he killed, and her grandson, the escapee, who is the most terrible, most feared, you know what I'm saying? How much are y'all going to constantly try to target my family? Enough is enough, and I had beyond enough.
I want to ask you this, but if Derrick is listening and when he see this interview, is there anything you want to say to him?
Baby, you already know the family love you. You already know we going to stand with you. And you already know Titi is not about to lay at no time. But at this moment, even more so, I do not trust them until we can get a trustful lawyer and get a trustful organization in neighborhoods that we know he will be safely brought back to pursue these charges. Hoping, I pray to God, this that happened reveal the truth about my nephew, who he is, and free him, because ain't nowhere in the world this baby life should have been took all these years for literally no evidence. My nephew was trying to show, hey, by all means, I'm going to maintain my innocence. I'm innocent. So guess what? Yes, I have family that's not going to say throw him away or forget him. He got to be. No, he is someone's nephew, someone's child. He is not a killer. He has not killed no one. And like I said, God will have his day. Because see, they're very upset, Wayne, because it's what, almost 2 weeks now? 1 week? Okay, 1 week later. And because y'all job, because I feel like this, Wayne, how about this? Let's make it simple. 8 to 10 hours later, right? Don't you think if these deputies, who not a deputy, have been arrested, not a deputy has been prosecuted, and you have all these other people going to jail from assistant inmates. Right. But yet, come to terms and find out now, y'all have 189 doors that has been said by Jason Williams that need to be repaired. They didn't go out no hole. You see them big old children? How the heck they went out a hole? They went out the front door. Look at the camera. They jumping off a pavement. When Derrick got this last guilty thing, we asked for him to be transferred. My nephew been stabbed 3 times back there. Hey,
oh shit! He been stabbed in the jail he escaped from.
He's been stabbed 3 times since this case. We've been fighting this trial this last time.
I'm saying in the jail that he escaped from.
In the jail.
Wow.
Yes.
Like I mean, if you're in your right mind,
being talked about.
Oh, you would want to escape. I'm just thinking about anybody that's.
Come on, man.
Human,
These people are not animals. You have to worry about not just Derrick. I have other nephews who he his cousin. You keep stopping my other nephew. He do his little rap thing, Rico. You keep stopping him. They keep harassing him, saying, oh, you his cousin. You must know he had. Why? Is it a crime to be kin and say, hey, no matter how the police is trying to make my cousin, my uncle, whoever feel that's still my loved one? They have constantly pulled over his children. Mother, we know he must be in this car. We know he must be with his cousin. Well, if that, go do your job. Why you keep harassing us? And tell me, if you were so looking for him, wasn't you would have did what you doing the rest of the escapees and would have kept? Why do he have to feel he cannot even walk up the street? What are you, if I say, hey, you got an arrest warrant, what is it for? For knowing your cousin and you might possibly know he had and possibly you might have talked to him. Are you serious?